Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Okay, first and foremost, I would like to start off with giving all praise, infinite honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Nakah Kadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, that taught us this truth of the 100% doctrine that was given to us to receive salvation in these last days, Lord willing. And hey, I just want to bring out a quick lesson. Lord willing, it's short and precise and edifying. Okay, getting into the curses. All right, because a lot of Jake don't know why they're in. Well, like why are people in the current condition that they're in? Like why they're in the ghettos. Why they got a struggle basically, and all. Why they not why they not living like Esau. So to speak. But it's because Jake lacked knowledge of knowing uh, uh, the sins they committed against the Lord to put them in this situation. All right, and that's why I first want to grab Malachi 1:1. It says, "The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, where hast thou loved us? And that's the spirit Jake be having on him. I'll be like, oh, God love us. Why are we in this situation? Or why this or why that? But listen, it says, was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I love Jacob. But guess what? You would say, well, if he loves us, then why are we in this situation? Or why are people like this? But this is why. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. It says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth, and scorn every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastisement, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Lord chastiseth not? And as a nation, the Lord has chastised us, man. Why? Because he loves us for correction. If you have a son that you don't chastise, he's a bastard unto you. You don't care about him. But the Lord said he loved those who chastise, and the Lord chastised us as a nation. Because the next verse says, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all partakers, then ye bastards and not sons, right? Because we the sons of God. We Yasharallah, the princes of the power. So us sinning against the Heavenly Father got us in this situation because for chastisement. All right, and this what brings me to this. Amos chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hold on. Amos chapter 1, verse 3, it says, hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right, and that's why the Lord punished us, because we was in iniquity. All right, but he only know us because we are his sons and daughters. If you are Israelite woman from a particular tribe. But let me read Deuteronomy 28:15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. I'm going to read a couple of these. You can go to Deuteronomy 28 and start at 15th verse and read it yourself. I'm just pick out, a couple, to point out. It said, cursed thou shalt be in the city, and cursed thou shalt be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store, right? Because, Jake be broke. Jake don't have businesses. They businesses. Jake get a business, and it always get, shut down or things of that nature. All right. Let me skip to one of the most, some of the most, extreme ones, as I might say. Uh, okay, this is a good one. Verse Deuteronomy 28 and verse 32, it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand." Right? Because hey, we've been given unto another people. Who is that other people? These different nations. Through the captivities that we've been going through, starting with uh, Babel, you know, under the captivity of Nimrod, the Hamites. You got the Neo-Babylonian Empire, the Assyrian, the Greek Empire, and now we in the modern day Roman Empire. All right, that fourth beast. All right. Let me see. Let me see the most popular ones. 37, it says, "And thou shalt be an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee." Right? Meaning, hey, we not called by our names, man. We called niggas, spics, wetbacks, Negroes, blacks, colored people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, all these different titles that the white man has labeled unto us. But according to the scriptures, that's not what our nationality is. Our true nationality is one being part of the 12 tribes from the nation of Israel, starting with Judah on down to Issachar. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Naphtali, Manasseh, Benjamin, Asher. From whatever tribe your seed lines goes back to. That's our real and true nationalities, man. All right. Oh, this is a good one. It says, "Thou shalt begat sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity." Right? Because we don't get the chance to enjoy our offspring. Because what? You got to work 10 hours a day. You come home, you're tired, you wash, and then you go to sleep and you eat. I mean, you have other people raising your kids for that amount of time a day because they go to daycares or schools, So we don't enjoy our sons and daughters on this side, man. That's part of the curses, man. All right, and what only nation of people are under these specific curses, man? All right. Uh, oh yeah. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Verse 43 through. I'm gonna go all the way through 40. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm gonna go all the way through 46 for right now. All right, Deuteronomy 28:43. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high." Esau has to get above thee very high because he's a stranger, a foreigner, because he's not part of the chosen or the elect of the Heavenly Father. It says, "And thou shalt come down very low." And our people are at a low state right now. We're in the ghettos, be poor, and all stuff of that nature. But Esau, if he was the people, why Israel get billions of dollars of funding, year in and year out. They're living in all the suburbs and driving all the nice cars, owning all these Fortune 500 companies. So that's how we able to identify who is who. And we are to tell because what Jake doing. Jake don't own, no 500, 400 companies. Jake is not in power, controlling the laws. You may have Jake, in a Congress, but, they puppets. Jake might get a little record deal, or make it to the NBA, NFL, but guess what? Those are crumbs. All right, read the parable of rich man and Lazarus, man. All right. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hast like thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And that's why we was destroyed, because we went against the Heavenly Father. And this the point I want to get. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. So to identify who these people are, they will be going through these things, man. All right. Yeah, it says, because thou servest not the Lord thy power with joyness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and the want of all things, man. Why? Because we got to go to the so-called white man for everything. Your food, your water, your clothes. Guess who owe all those companies, man? The so-called white man. You don't make your own stuff. It says, oh, this good too. It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Go on Google right now and put a yoke of iron and tell me who gonna pop up. We all know the so-called black man, or the so-called Negro. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as an eagle filleth. And we know that eagle, that's talking about Esau, because Esau like to symbolize himself as the eagle. It says a nation whose tongue shall not understand, because when they came over here to the Americas, the so-called Indians, they were speaking Hebrew. That's why they had to bring Hebrew interpreters over to the Americas, man. And then through the process of slavery, they beat that out of us. It says a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard that person of old, nor show favor to the young. And that's what Esau do. He showed no mercy upon our people, man. Old and young, man. You still got hell. That's why that's why I say we gonna reward this devil double, because this devil showed no mercy unto us. Yeah, this is a good one. Verse 54 says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward his wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Right? Because who you see killing each other in the street, what they got a popular term called what? Black on black crime. All right? Israelite on Israelite crime. The Mexicans beefing with each other with the MS-13 and all that, man. All right? Hey, Jake was known for not being fatherless, So these curses fall upon us, man. All you got to do is read this whole chapter, man. Identify these people. Let me skip to the 68th verse, so I'm going to make this short. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way of I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. All right, so let me break that down. All right, the Lord will bring us into Egypt again on ships. We know that the Lord didn't bring us to Egypt on ships and ancient Egypt. This is talking about modern day Egypt, which is America, because Egypt just means bondage. All right, the scriptures in Revelation, the 11th chapter, it say spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So it's spiritually Sodom and Egypt. It says by the way whereof I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. See what no more again? Our land, because we've been kicked out of it by the Lord. And they shall be sold unto the enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. We were sold to our enemies on auctioning blocks. It said no man shall buy us. When you go into that word buy, means redeem, because no man is able to redeem ourselves. Every time Jake tried to create these different movements, guess what? It failed miserably. All right, because if it's not of the Lord, it shall come not. You know, that's why the Hebrew Israelite ministry is not able to be, brought down, because it's of the Lord. The Lord is going to buy us back, which means he's going to redeem us. Okay. So, hey, with that, if you're a newcomer or you come across this video, hey, read Deuteronomy 28, the whole chapter, really. That's a good chapter to read when you first come into the truth. And then the Lord, to guide you spiritually, man. So, Lord, when this lesson is edifying and hope, to the hopeful elect. So with that, I want to give all praise, infinite honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Again, double honors to the Apostle Nettles, Great Millstone, who is well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect, the Buyath Dawadah, who has risen up in these last days. Hey, Shalom.